Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Sh4d0wcraft. As you know, today this is episode 3 of chapter 2. We've made it this far and as of right now I am actually enchanting my stuff. As I've said, I would do it in episode 2 and episode 1 of chapter 2. I've been needing to do it as well, so I'm just doing it now. So I've got the armour done and then I've got the tools done as well. So we are actually just going to upgrade the tools and the armour to netherite as well. And then we're going to be off and starting today. So as you know, I'm going to be doing a bit of the tower every day. So I'm going to do a bit of that today. I'd like to get maybe some trading done, and then I also need to figure out where something is as well for another new farm I'm going to be making in the next episode. So, we're just going to run back over to the base. Oh, and there's one more thing I want to do on the Farms Island as well, but I'll save that for later in the video. Anyway, we're just going to head over to the town now, and we're just going to throw some blocks in there, and keep it going. Now, if you saw my video recently on gradients, then you'll know that I did teachings on gradients and textures. And they can really help in builds like this. This is definitely more of a texture than a gradient, but for the base I'm going to use mainly concrete powder to create a gradient. And like I said before, I'm going to leave that down to you guys in the comments. Please do let me know what you'd like to see. Or like I said before, it could just be like thrusters holding it up, or some like massive spider arms, but they're just suggestions. But let me know down in the comments below, okay? So we've just come over here to check the melon pumpkin farm. Now I have actually put the melons in block form because when the machine crushes them, obviously they come out in their item form. That also reminds me, I will be trying to collect every item as well as every block in this tower. Anyway, let's get into it. And there we go, all done. So that's that layer, and what I'm going to do is hopefully go in every 3 layers, and then once I'm done building it up and AFKing at the iron farm, I will go in and put all the depth in as said in the recent tutorial video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I said depth is quite an important figure of buildings, adds a bit of balance and divinity to your builds. Now we're just going to find the centre of the cylinder here, because I actually want to put in a new portal, because although I've got one by the tower, I'm putting one in here because this is going to connect up to the nether hub that I have in the nether. Now there's 5 types of biomes. I think that I can't remember what the rest are, but there's lush, frozen and ocean, I think. But I'm going to have 5 tunnels going off different directions, and then there's going to be portals in those tunnels leading to those biomes, which will then lead into separate mega bases, because as I said, not only am I collecting every block, but I've made my own challenge of building a mega base in every biome as well. Now that thing, it's going to be starting off probably late this year, but we will get it done, hopefully. Oh, and also I recently went to see Back to the Future musical and watched the movies again, and I've been watching some sci-fi stuff, and it's given me a lot of inspiration for the lore and story of this Farms Island, like how, I don't know, some terrestrial life came down and they've taken refuge here and they've built up a futuristic city. I've watched something on Netflix called Lost in Space, which is about how some colonists are moving off of Earth because some sort of war is going on, and they're trying to move to a place called Alpha Centauri, which is a planet like Earth, but it's slightly different. And they've got all these like futuristic places. Obviously it's quite similar to Earth itself, but it's still really cool. So that's a lot of inspiration for the lore and a lot of the stuff I actually want to build here on the island. So for the other mega bases, obviously when it does come up, I kind of want to give you guys an idea of what is going to happen. So for this island, this is one of the mega bases. Well, technically it is anyway. And obviously there's also a lot of other biomes. Obviously this isn't a biome, but I guess I could count it as one because it's like the birch forest. But for the other biomes, I'm gonna build 1 or 2 more bases just to give you some prompts of the style that I'm going for. But for the other biomes, I want you guys to come up with ideas. Now, these have got to be mega base ideas, so it can be something very simple, it can be something very detailed, and I mean, you can send in concept art if you want, so like some drawings, and I can kind of base it off of that. It could just be, I don't know, an image you found off the internet that you quite like, that you might want to see built in the world. So you might take a picture of like a pyramid or something, and then I'll try and build that and add detail to it and add more story and lore to it. But I think the theme I'm trying to go for here is like a story through time with the mega bases. And they don't have to be real, they can be fantasy, they can be magical, they can be made up, they can be dark, they can be folklore, Middle Earth, maybe include a bit of Lord of the Rings. I definitely love building dragons, so that's definitely going to be one of the bases that I build. Anyway, the portal, after that rant I just went on, or the idea is just spewed out. The portal is done, and we are now just going to build a baseline for the rings. There we go. And now that that's all done, we're just going to grab all of these melons and pumpkins, and we're actually going to head back over to the main mini base as of right now. Now, the base I'm in right now, that will become part of the Nether Hub, but it's not going to be my base. So I kind of want to make one of the mega bases my base instead, rather than having this mini house, because it'll be good to visit it a few times, because obviously I've got that massive storage system in the farm area, and this is probably going to be like a fantasy village, little cottage or something, just like Mary's where I started. I'll add some more aesthetics, like some towers and a wall, but this is probably going to be where I do all my like holiday stuff. Obviously got the trading hall here as well, but I have other trading halls in other places, because I want them where I have farms that you can trade with villagers. Anyway, we've got our supply of emeralds now, and like I said earlier in the video, we're just going to head over to a certain location, and I need this certain location for a farm I'm going to build next episode, and that is a string farm. Now, if you can guess what I'm going to build in the next episode, then please do let me know down in the comments. Obviously, also please do like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. And don't forget to check out the tutorial series, as you won't miss out on any how to build tips, or building or redstone tips, and I'll see you next one. Goodbye.